Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the #1 Vikings fan extraordinaire, Adam Boyer. Today is going to be an awesome video. It's actually going to be really fun, although completely pointless now that I think about it. But it's going to be fun nonetheless. We're doing way too early, not predictions. We're going to continue with those. Maybe my next video, but at least some video upcoming shortly. We'll continue with predictions. But for today, we're doing way too early power rankings, sort of a post-draft thing. So, without further ado, you know how this works. Please subscribe, please like, and let's get down into the video. #1, we have, drumroll, the Buffalo Bills. I'm not a fan of the analyst or, whoever that will come and in their very first, power rankings of an off-season, just automatically put the Super Bowl winner first just because they won the Super Bowl. I don't think just necessarily because a team won the Super Bowl that they're the best team. I know that sounds weird, but I'm putting the Bills first here because I really do think they have the most complete and best roster in the NFL. No major holes on the team. They have a lot of strengths, and so I do think the Bills are the best team in the NFL. Now, before I continue, let me give a quick disclaimer. We're not going to be, covering any team extensively or too in-depth. I don't want this video to get super long. And then also, I maybe a little bit, but for the most part, I did not take strength of schedule into account when deciding these power rankings. So #2, we do have the Los Angeles Rams. I think a lot of folks are expecting teams, the Rams, to regress with the losses of Von Miller and Robert Woods and all those, and OBJ, at least as of now, and all those players. However, I do think the Rams are going to be, for the most part, still really good. Maybe even back-to-back repeat contenders. They signed Allen Robinson, which I think was a great signing. I actually wish he would have come to Washington. And then they also signed Bobby Wagner, which I think maybe is a little underrated, but an awesome signing. So, Rams #2. #3, and I was very debated between #3 and 4, but I put the Kansas City Chiefs. I compared the rosters between the Chiefs, and spoiler alert, the Bengals are #4. I compared the roster between those two. I do think the Chiefs have ever so slightly better. Both offenses are really good. I don't know which I'd say is better. Maybe the Chiefs slightly, but I do think the Chiefs maybe have the slightly better defense. But if someone put the Bengals ahead of the Chiefs, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. So that's Chiefs #3, and then Bengals #4. #5, we have a little bit of a surprise here. The Denver Broncos. And interestingly enough, between 5 and 6, another spoiler alert, so if you want to skip this, you can. But between 5 and 6, it's the Broncos and then the Chargers. And that was another two AFC teams. I don't know. I did end up putting the Broncos just slightly ahead of the Chargers, ever so barely. But I wouldn't be mad if someone put the Chargers first. So Broncos 5, Chargers next. I think the Chargers are going to be really good this year. Only concern is that since they are the Chargers, they might charger it up. But J.C. Jackson, Sebastian Joseph Day, Khalil Mack, all awesome signings. And of course, they re-signed Mike Williams. I think they had a couple good draft picks too. I don't remember who the players were. But anyway, #7 we have, unfortunately, the Green Bay Packers. I think the Vikings can still win the NFC North, and I actually detailed that. It was a while back now, but I originally had the Vikings winning the NFC North in my way too early predictions, but not sure. It's going to be very close between them and the Packers, I think, and for now I have the Packers at #7. Very complete roster there as well. #8, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not too much to say here. They'd probably be quite a bit lower on this list, depending on what happened with their quarterback situation if Brady didn't come out of retirement. But yeah, I put them at #8. I don't think they're going to be like a powerhouse team necessarily, but I think they're going to still be pretty good in 2022-2023 season. #9, a little bit of an underdog Super Bowl contender here, I think. At least playoff contender for sure. The Indianapolis Colts. They need one more really good receiver, and I think they're set. Their defense is really good. Their offense could have been a lot better last year. The quarterback play from Carson Wentz was not bad at all. It was good, but it wasn't great. I think they can get great quarterback play out of Matt Ryan, especially considering Matt Ryan really has never played behind a great offensive line. His entire career in Atlanta, he's got that now with the Colts. I can see this being a very productive 2 or 3 years for Ryan, maybe even more if he decides to stick around longer. #10, we have another AFC West team. We have the Las Vegas Raiders. Quick little PSA here. All 4 AFC West teams inside the top 10. 3 Chiefs, 5 Broncos, 6 Chargers, 10 Raiders. So yeah, I think the Raiders are going to be much improved. They got Chandler Jones, Devontae Adams, two very good signings. I think the Raiders are going to be pretty good. They'll certainly be, if they weren't in the AFC West, I would say a lock for a playoff spot. Number 11, we do have my very own Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, I feel like, keep kind of getting grouped in between the draft and just all the rankings in my mind. The ones I've done before keep getting grouped right in that 11 to 13 or so spot, so I didn't really want to put them here, but I do think that's right about where they belong. I think they're inside the top 15, maybe not quite top 10, so I put them at number 11. Number 12, we have just behind them the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers going to be led by that strong rushing attack, and either by Jimmy G or Trey Lance. Number 13, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Don't need to say too much here. They do still have a need at receiver, especially after shipping away Marquise Brown. I don't think they drafted a receiver, not in the first round at least, I don't think. So definitely have a need at receiver, but unless I'm really forgetting something here, I feel like I'm forgetting a big wide receiver the Ravens got. This is going to look stupid if I am forgetting, but oh well. The Ravens are at 13. Only glaring need I think on their team is wide receiver, but man, their secondary is going to be so good. Number 14, we have, I regret to say, the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, I think they could disappoint a lot of people this year. They usually disappoint Cowboys fans, those wretched people. But, yeah, the Cowboys, I think, are going to be good, but not great this year. Not as good as last year, I doubt. Number 15, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I think a lot of people are expecting the Cardinals to go way back and regress a lot. I don't think they will, though. I put them at number 15 here. And then 16, just inside the top half of the league, we have the Washington Commanders. I would like to put them higher here, but there's just so many good teams. I feel like there are, this year, more than a lot of other years, there's like a lot of really good teams and a lot of really bad teams. There's just not that many teams right there in the middle. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I'm kind of feeling. So I can't really put the Commanders much higher in good faith. And I will say, for some of these power rankings for these teams that seem way too low, just understand I did the best I could. I do think there are a lot of really good teams this year, and so if there's a team that I have question marks about, they're probably going lower on the list. Number 17, we have the Philadelphia Eagles, NFC East rivals, just behind them. I think the Eagles have potential to be a lot better. I'm just not sure everything will quite, flow and click for them. Although in their, whole new regime in, well, not regime per se, but I'm just not sure everything's going to quite click for them this season. But I think they have the potential. They're doing something really special in Philadelphia. Number 18, we have the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins, I think, are a bit underrated. But I think Tua's going to take serious strides with that rebuilt offensive lineman and rushing attack and Tyreek Hill. Dolphins, and I think their defense will still be at least okay. And I think they're going to be probably in the playoffs, but I can't guarantee that. Number 19, we have the New England Patriots. Put the Patriots just behind the Dolphins. I really cannot say in good faith as to whether, the Patriots or Dolphins are going to be better. I'm just not sure. I kind of want to say the Patriots, but I just think the Dolphins have the better team. But then again, the Patriots probably going to go sweep all the AFC East opponents, go 17-0, and win the Super Bowl. Number 20, we have the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are going to be really good, or they're going to be the Browns and flop. All I have to say there. Number 21, we have the Tennessee Titans. I'm hesitant to put the Titans this low on the list, but I just have a lot of question marks about them, and so they go here. Number 22, we have the New Orleans Saints. If they were able to get a pretty decent quarterback, way higher. I don't have much faith in Jameis Winston. I'm not saying he's going to be bad. He could very well be good if he can finally stay healthy, but I don't have a ton of faith in him. He hasn't proved himself yet. Number 23, Pittsburgh Steelers. One big question for the Steelers, Mitch or Kenny? Right now, I think Mitchell is going to, at least through the preseason, keep his starting job, but don't be surprised if week 1 or just a couple weeks into the season, you see Pickett take over as the QB1 in Pittsburgh. Number 24, we have the Carolina Panthers. I don't think the Panthers are going to be great this year. I don't think they're going to be terrible. I can see the Panthers going right about that 7-10, 8-9 range, especially if they roll with Sam Darnold again. Like, Panthers, what are you doing? Number 25, we have the Atlanta Falcons. No faith in the Falcons defense. I do think their offense will be better with Mariota. Not that he's an upgrade over Ryan. Certainly not saying that, but Mariota can move. We got Cordell Patterson still. Got Drake London. Kyle Pitts. Their offense should be at least okay, especially if they can do a little bit their offensive line. They really need that. Don't have much faith in their defense, like I said. More in their secondary than their front seven, though, for sure. Number 26, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Whether or not Pete Carroll wants to admit it, the Seahawks are pretty much in a rebuild at this point, but I think they can still eke out 6-7 wins at least in the regular season. Number 27, we have the New York Jets. I'm kind of surprising people here, and I think some people are going to be surprised by the success the Jets have, and by success, I mean 5 or 6 wins I can see them getting. Don't remember what I had them going in my way too early predictions AFC East edition, which you should be able to find. Hopefully, if I'm ready to put it in editing, it'll be right here, a card appearing at the top of the screen. And if not, you can click it. Hopefully, I'll have it at the end of the video, on the end screen. You can watch that video. But yeah, Jets number 27. I think they have the potential to surprise some people with about 6 wins. 28, another team similar to the Jets, I think, the Detroit Lions. Love what Dan Campbell's doing in Detroit. Gonna take 2 or 3 more years, I think, but he could have himself a real contender in a couple years. Weird to say about the Lions. Number 29, New York Giants. I have very little faith in Daniel Jones, very little faith in the Giants, period. I don't see them getting more than 4 or 5 wins this year. I think because of their schedule, in my last way too early predictions, I had them getting 3 wins. Sad. Number 30, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville not going to be good enough to get maybe the best pick in the draft, but I think they could still very well have a top 5 pick in the draft next year. Certainly top 10. They might surprise a couple people and get 7, 8 wins or so, but I'd have to imagine more about 4 or 5 wins for the Jags. Some slow progress for them. Number 31, we have the Houston Texans. I don't have much faith in Lovie Smith. Don't have much faith in Davis Mills. I mean, there's potential for him, but he's just not in a great situation. But I do think they're in a better situation slightly than our last team, and that's maybe going to come as a surprise to some people. Number 32, Chicago Bears. The Bears are in a full-blown rebuild. Khalil Mack's gone. Justin Fields doesn't have an O-line. David Montgomery is pretty much the only bright spot in their offense. Maybe him, Fields, and Darnell Mooney. Defense isn't going to be very good. Offense is probably going to suck. Yeah, I don't have much faith at all for the Bears. I would not at all be shocked to see them go winless throughout the first 10 weeks or so. Maybe even later. But anyway, folks, that is my predictions, my early power rankings, I mean. For now, let me know what you think. Run down to the comments. Type in on your keyboard. I don't know if you're using an external keyboard on your computer, or if you're using a laptop, or if you're using a phone or what. But whatever you're watching this on, go down to the comments. Let me know what you think of these power rankings. Let me know if you agree with them. You can even rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 if you want. Don't forget to check out the AFC East predictions video. Should be appearing right here. Subscribe button right here. Playlist here. Another video here. I'm the Vikings fan, folks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm out of here. See you later.